All right, so we're going to go over this chart. So stick around. We're going to pick apart every aspect of it and make sure you walk away with a ton of information. But before doing so, I want to say welcome to the newer people that have joined me. Thank you so much for coming by. I want to make sure I give you some housekeeping information so you can have a wonderful time learning this content. This is what's happening here. So I'm not going to do that to you. Now, I do expect you to follow suit with the 7 people that had hit the like button on I believe it was this video. All right, so this video here, and so we got 5. Okay, we only have 5 here, but there's more people viewing. So I suspect that some of you that's new that came over, please support this channel because I stopped delivering content. I don't know if you noticed the drop off in views here. I tend to leave for months. All right, so I don't continue to waste my time. So I told them guys in that last video, if we can keep it above 4 likes, I'm committed to making sure that you have information that's robust and that it'll work. But if it drops beneath 4, we're going to have to, of course, convene at a different moment. So if you're coming over and you're new, please follow, make sure you follow suit. Help someone else get some help. That's all it is. Helping someone else get some help because I'm not a YouTuber. And the longer you stick around, you'll find that out. I'm not a YouTuber. I can care less about YouTube being on here. All right. So I'm only here to help. That's my only motivation. All right. So, and I want to partner with people that want to help. If you want to know what your higher, your low of your bar will be and what type of bar it is, come in here and just watch this stuff right here. I'm not going to be doing this again. I just won't. But really great information if you want to take that in. And it's not a one-off. I've done it at 9:30. Even tell you how to do it on the hourly threshold, how far that live candle will pull back before resuming so you do not get stopped out. And then the price action trend, I use the majority principle. I'm sorry, price action trend, you just need to be able to count to 10. And then the price action method, I use the majority principle, which states that the minority is compelled to follow. And then the chart scale, I teach you how to read your bezel so you don't have to look left. Hindsight will not stop you out. All right. So if you want an indication, because I got couple of them on the chart, you can come here, this indication channel, to view some of that information. And then, of course, I have the actual website. So you can come over here, take a look if you want. Don't pay this much money. Please don't do that for one indicator. Don't do that. It's absolutely insane. All right. So just wanted to tell you that. All right. Now, let's get to reading this information. All right, so I pretty much have it plain here for you to interpret. Long wick, large wick, small body, larger body. All right, this is pretty simple, right? But the most powerful thing that we're always looking for is this. All right, and that's what's making for the color of the bars. We want a candle, and then we want the mid of that candle to exceed the low because they're going down. So let's just do that example real quick. And now let's go with the upside one. All right. So we want this. They're in a sensitive spot too. But I believe that they might go ahead and run this low, but they're in a sensitive spot. The mid of this candle exceeding the high. All right. So, and that's what's making for the bar color. So we want it above the high. We want the mid below the low in real time. So if that horizontal blue line falls beneath that low, this bar becomes the hard stop. And then you would go for the estimated distance, but it's not doing it. I'm just giving you an idea. All right. So you would get that distance, particularly. Hopefully it'll do it. Hopefully it's close. And then you would, of course, come to this bar's low or close. Close is the preferred way of going about it. So that way you don't overreach. Try to just get something that makes sense. All right. But it's not doing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with the reference point of this one because they haven't made this yet. All right. So now you can go to the close, but if you want to be, like I said, a little bit more aggressive towards it, there's your targets. And again, my indications will plot that information for you. So you're not having to worry about that. All right. So, and that's what it's meant to do. That's what it's meant to do. It's meant to give you a chance to win. That's all. And then, of course, let's see. This should that target should disappear. They're running over this pattern, so that target should disappear right after that bar finishes. Should. All right. So now let's see if we can find our big wick, little wick. Let's see if we can find our smaller body, bigger body. All right, so that's here. So we have all three of it, all three of them showing up here. All of it is right here. So you got all three. So you got all three of these things showing up. That's powerful. All right, so whenever you find that, absolutely, it should go down the board. It should be able to get there really quickly. Unfortunately, this didn't cut it. All right. So that midpoint just couldn't, clear that low. It's not to say that it can't keep going. I just know it's at the it's at the break of a pivot. It might want to come back a little bit, right? Sometimes that's what they do. All right. So you just got to pay attention to that. Now, here's the thing I would tell you. If they're not doing this stuff here, okay, if it's not doing this, I'm gonna tell you what they will do. All right. And this is something you can always look for because they're guaranteed to do it. I mean, it's pretty etched in stone in any chart. Doesn't matter the market or the time frame. Four or more, and preferably more because they're going to do it. I promise you, they're going to do this. Four or more bodies sitting inside of here. So we're always looking for this. And if they're not going to do that, I can assure you they'll get ready to do this. All right. So that'll be a problem. All right. See the target disappear. Once they ran that low, the target should disappear. So yeah, this is what's going to show up on your chart. And this is the thing that gets most people in trouble because they're wondering, hey, when will this come out of this and when should I get in it? Well, I got another indicator that's in the indicator list that will give you reference points concerning this information. Now, there's a particular way to trade it. I do not cover that publicly, but I will tell you that yes, there is another tool that can help you with this. And of course, I got the bar color that will color this bar as well as put a text here. Should that show up, it would absolutely alert you to that information. So that's part of the $100 stuff, right? So everything I just explained about this is a part of the $100 package if you want it. Now, the diamond that you're seeing, all right, that's a part of this information. So it's looking for the larger wick, smaller body, larger body scenario. All right, now put a little information into it to try to make it really robust. That's all. It's not going to capture every scenario. It's just not. All right. It's not. It's not perfect. And I want to tell you that I'm not perfect. All right. I'm just trying to find the ones that should work. It should. All right. And that's what matters to me. Now, of course, they broke the low. They'll come back. I always tell people that they'll come back. So just be careful with that when they break lows. They're subject to do that. So here's that target for that green bar. It's saying that it will get up here. So what do? We just measured it for the downside. So if they decide to, of course, go up, they're going to do this. You take and do what I just did to the downside. You do it here. I got another chart, run a couple charts on it. And boom, there's the target. Again, my tools are made to ensure that you don't have to draw on the chart. It can be more so of a hands-off approach, and that's a part of the $100 package. So the zones, the target, and there's a target for the trend too. All right, we're gonna go over that in just a second. Now, this is the threshold, and it's kind of sitting right at that lower part of our chart, and we're gonna go over that in just a moment. I actually like the threshold on the colored bars. That's my preference. All right, so you can see right here they came right up to that little teeny bar, okay, right to that threshold, and then, of course, turned away. I wish we were here to witness that so you can see it being illustrated quickly. All right, but nevertheless, it's okay. If they take out your threshold, it's a good chance that they can run that bar. All right, so just make sure that they don't do that. All right. I don't like that they did that. I don't like that they did that. They took out that threshold. It's a chance that they can run that bar. Now, you can go with the threshold on every bar if you prefer. Now, that's here. All right. And it's just roughly outside the middle of the bar. Typically, the market will do this. It will pull back, boom, and then take off. It will pull back, and then boom, and take off. What's too far? That's what this is. All right. So you don't have to wonder, am I going to get stopped out? Yes. If it comes too far into the bar, you are absolutely at jeopardy of getting your stop ran. Do you want to hold it and just see if it'll play out? It's totally up to your discretion. All right. I just want to let you know what's too far. And that's a good illustration for you to know. Hey, if they take this out, I'm not talking about trading through it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about closing. All right. So now that's tricky because they can trade through it and then just hit you. Right. So you'll have to have some level of discretion when it comes to momentum trading. And again, I got tons of tools that can illustrate that for you. Speaking of which, let me do this because I know I'm pushing up on 9 minutes here, and I'm gonna give you just a chance to look at it from this perspective here, with some momentum on your side while we watch these thresholds. So let's go ahead and just take a quick peek. I got a 1 minute overlay inside of a millisecond chart. All right, so it's 10 times faster than a 1 second. I just did a video over on Day Trader today. So that's why you're able to see this chart, because I just finished that video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to incorporate it into some of what you're witnessing here, and let's see if we can watch it get up there, because that's the other catch to trading that threshold. So how far and how fast it's coming into your threshold. If you have some momentum tools, some things that can read that raw activity to kind of give you an idea of what you're dealing with, you may be able to say, "Hey, there's a good chance I may need to get out of the way." They may want to come and get me on this. So they're digging into the threshold. Okay, that's what they're doing. Watch the white chart. They're digging into the threshold. Let's see what this chart does uh, as they approach that. All right, that's all. And whenever you see the numbers on the top of the bars, they can lean back. It's a position building indicator. All right, so let's see what they do. Let's see if they can come right back out of there, or are they willing to turn back around and of course, go back down. They pulled up to this threshold. There was a slight response there. Let's see if they can get them back down. Right now, the threshold of this green bar was causing a problem. But now look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing. Look at this threshold. They're still beneath the center of the chart. We just need them back beneath the lower part of the chart. We just need them back there. All right. So now let me pull this out the way, because that's some of that. And those are those indications. All right. So now I'm gonna talk to you about that scale. All right. I've been doing this for a very long time, people. All right. Before there was prop firms, there was no you pay $100 and then trade somebody else's money. That's not how I got started. All right. So now, self-taught, self-directed trader, and everything that you're witnessing and learning from me, again, I had to pay for it myself through time. All right. So I want to share it with you. Be kind enough, hit the like button. That's all you have to do. Share it with someone else. All right, so you get the education for free. If you want indication, it's just a little bit of money. If you don't want to spend it, that's totally fine. So here, I'm trying to teach it to you for free. So you don't have to have the indications. All right. So I know a lot of you don't like the idea of someone actually wanting you to, further your education, because that's all indications are, furthering your education. Some of you don't like when people say, "Hey, you might have to spend a little bit in order to learn more." You'll bash the educator. You'll say, "Hey, he's, da 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 da." I'm not that guy. All right. So if I give you 800 indicators for 250, I paid 200 for just one. All right. Just the functionality of it. And I included that into the suite. So I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I haven't already done myself. Now, think about that. All right. Next thing I want to tell you, look how many times I've clicked the button to show you this information. It's hypocritical for you to watch it and not hit the button. One button. It's a like button. That's all. Share it with someone else. How many buttons did I click in order to show you what you're witnessing right now? All right. So I'm not wanting anything from you. I don't need your money. I got my own. All right. And I just want to go ahead and tell you that. All right. So the people that you do the most for often, often will not appreciate you. They'll treat you the worst. All right. I just want to go ahead and tell you. So, middle of the chart, you can divide this area, if you will, because this is just an estimation of the whole frame. But you can go this way. You can go right about here if you just want to operate right within this lower part of this triangle. Just go roughly somewhere like that. And they're responding again. There's that threshold here. Make sure you share this information with someone. All right. That's the whole goal. I want to make sure that you guys get an experience that you've never had before from a professional that actually does this. That's why most people do not come online wanting to show you guys anything, because there's of course that lack of support. And I want to go in and say that most people won't do it, or they'll just try to entice you with some foolishness. All right, stuff that won't work. I'm not going to read you hindsight. That has nothing to do with real trading. Trading happens here on the right side of your chart. All right, so we know we got it all. All right, let me make sure I mark that. We got it all. All right, we got it all. There we go. All right, remember we had it all here too. I'm sorry I didn't mark this one. We had it all here too. So this, I'm gonna just go ahead and show you where it's at. All right, that's down here. That's saying that's where it's going to go. All right, so I'm pushing up on 14 minutes here. I don't want to be long. Let me just let you see this one more time, and then I must go. All right, then I must go. All right, so we didn't get a chance to see it all the way through when it came out of that area, but you saw some of the response to get it to come this way. You saw some of it. All right, so they're hitting this threshold. All right, they're hitting that. And of course, like I said, I divided the chart the best of my ability. All right, now Let's see. Let's see if they can come back up just a little bit into this. I thought they would make it. I wanted them to come here. This is where I wanted them to come, not so much up here anymore. I don't think that would be fair. I mean, it's a pretty sizable bar. You don't want them to eat this one up, right? All right. Well, I don't want to hold the video much longer. 15 minutes is the best I can do, people. Again, I want to see the support come up. The support come up, the videos can get a little bit longer if you prefer to hear me talk to you this long about the market. Again, I have no problem with doing so, but I want to make sure that you guys don't be hypocritical. Don't have me hitting the buttons to show you information responsible for your education, and then you not show a responsible I guess, action to get someone else some information. So you want to be actively involved with the content. Be active. Hit the like button. That's all you got to do. Just one button. All right. So I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.